All right, there's a lot to tell here. Way too much for me to tell on this video. I might make it too long. So you can look up the history. It's, on many books. But this is the site of Martin's Cove. Now, way over there, and I'll take a video of it later, we just came from there, is where the visitor center is. You don't see it. And then the people ended up at a fort. And I can't remember the name of the fort, but there was a fort there that was empty. It had been vacated because of attacks from Indians. And when the Martin Company got there, there was about 600 in the company, 575. They got there, and many of them were sick and couldn't walk anymore and all this other stuff. And they were in a massive snowstorm. So some of them ended up in the fort. It goes from there. Like I said, just read the history. There's quite a bit there, but the fort is very seldom mentioned in this event here, and it was a crucial part of how they survived. So they ended up at this fort, and then they moved, and they ended up behind. So this looks like, to you see that little cone that looks a little bit like a pyramid there of sand, of green grass in front of me. And that is actually a sand drift area. Behind it, between it and the rock, there is a valley, which you don't see here. In the other areas, like that one, sand goes right up to the rocks. But in this particular one, it doesn't. And so it gave them a very sheltered area to camp in. And it mitigated part of the snowstorm that they had to live with. And it wasn't perfect, but it was at least better. And then in the next few days, the weather improved until the wagons from Salt Lake arrived, and some of the wagons from a wagon train that was right behind them. There was 2 wagon trains that were behind them, of immigrants also, that left their belongings in the fort over the winter. 20 men were asked to watch for them in the fort and almost starved to death over the winter. When they got back to them the next spring, they were almost starved, but none of them died. But here, the Martin Company sheltered until they could depart. And so they were able to put most people into wagons and then go from there. It wasn't easy from here, but it was at least easier than walking in the snow with no shoes. Out of the whole company, about 150, I'm giving you round numbers because I can't remember the exact numbers, about 150 of them died on the trail. Okay, quite a few of them died here, of course. Now, if you go from here to go west, then you can see if I go here, you can see that little V shape in the mountains there.